Story 1. Starting a conversation to get to know someone, then immediately turning it sexual or only showing interest in talking about yourself. Story 2. Being compared to other women or hearing them speak negatively about other women and their appearances is unpleasant. No one likes that unless they are very insecure, and even then, they might not like it. Story 3. What is done to women in pornography is fake. Stop forcing the fantasy and just appreciate the real experience already. For us women, the equivalent of this would be to expect real-life men to act as over-romanticized and extremely passionate as romance novel male protagonists tend to be. It is unrealistic and unfair to hold either to these unrealistic expectations. That is what makes it fake. Story 4. You are not like other women, followed by a list of compliments for me and an even longer list of things they hate about women. Actually, sir, I think most women share my good qualities. But it is good to know early how much disdain you have for my entire gender. Story 5. When I am out or playing a video game and a man starts coming on to me, I say, "Sorry, I have a boyfriend," which is true. I absolutely hate it when they respond, "Well, I don't see him here." What do they mean by, "I don't see him here"? Do they really believe that I would not only cheat on the man I love but cheat on him with some desperate, needy, arrogant stranger who immediately proposes getting intimate? These men see me and automatically assume I would stoop that low for them. Saying, "I don't see him here," is not a charming phrase. It is simply insulting. Story 6. Some men do the dumbest things in bed because they saw it in a pornographic film. Stop it. We do not want that smacked or those pulled and pinched. Good grief. Story 7. No, I do not like you more because you are intermittently rude to me or emotionally unavailable. That is coercive control, not connection, and it is my cue to leave. I am looking for kindness, consistency, authenticity, and the capacity to show up as an equal partner. Story 8. When women ask you to plan a date, it does not have to be a fancy, extravagant 5-star Michelin affair. All we are asking for is some effort in creating something special that you think we would enjoy. Show me the underrated, hole-in-the-wall taco joint that serves a unique dish. Take me to your secret wishing hole in the park for a picnic. Let us spend the night mindlessly strolling the city and discussing life. If she cannot appreciate you for who you are, she is not the right person for you. Story 9. Random flirting or not giving up because they think you are just playing hard to get when you have said you are not interested for the 100th time. Story 10. Loud cars. The majority of us do not care in the slightest about your 1997 souped-up Subaru sedan with a muffler that sounds like a rock shaking in a Pringles can. Story 11. Let them pull our heads towards their genitalia. Yes, it is meaningful if there is adequate context, but without context, it is very annoying. Story 12. I dislike receiving oral sex. They all assume I have only had bad experiences before, but that is not the case. When I have to explain why, they refuse to accept my perspective. They insist on proving how good it can be. Listen to me. If you enjoy giving oral sex, that is fine, but it is not for me. Story 13. Sometimes kids. I am a bartender. I cannot tell you how many men I talk to who say something like, "I bet you cannot wait to quit doing this and have some kids." Or, "Why are you still doing this when you could be settled with kids?" What is this constant expectation that women are all motherly, adore children, and that it is our only dream in life? Story 14. Buying her lingerie for her birthday because he becomes aroused from seeing her in it. That is a gift for him, not for her. Story 15. I think most men know this, but every man who defines himself as any Greek alphabet letter is immediately unattractive to me. Saying, "I am an alpha gamma sigma male" is unpleasant. Also, using male and female as nouns is inappropriate. Story 16. Slobbery kisses. One of the reasons I broke up with an ex was that I felt like I had to wipe my face after we kissed. Story 17. On gift-giving occasions, generic presents labeled for her, such as random shower or bath sets, flowers, soft toys, alcohol like Prosecco or gin, chocolates, or items for the house or housework, are common. These gifts may be acceptable as occasional thinking of you gestures. unless she specifically dislikes certain items like soft toys. However, for birthdays or Christmas, such gifts are considered thoughtless. Story 18. From my experience, sex right after a big fight is not enjoyable. My partner called it makeup sex, and he was surprised that I did not like it. Story 19. That new super musky cologne makes me want to vomit every time I smell it. It is only worn by the man's man type of guys who believe in alpha behavior. Story 20. Sex that continues for a very long time. Anything over 20 minutes, and I am usually bored and hoping you will finish soon. Story 21. Someone making us aware that, without knowing anything substantial about us, they would like to have sex with us. Story 22. Assuming that heavy kissing automatically means sex is incorrect. Sometimes I just want to be intimate in a way that is between sitting together on a couch and having sex. Story 23. As a bisexual woman, I am not going to objectify other women or speak disrespectfully about them with you. Straight men seem to forget I am also a woman and think it is acceptable to say gross things around me because I am androgynous and attracted to women. Story 24. Machismo. Arrogance. A summary of his professional and financial successes as if an impressive resume would surpass the human qualities I am seeking. The illusion of perfection and infallibility. Calling me diminishing, cutesy names without having some kind of rapport with me. The assumption that I want to be seen only as attractive. Actually, I would like to be seen as admirable, smart, impressive, competent, interesting, respectable, warm, and beautiful as a person. The assumption that I want to be perceived as perfect and angelic. No, I would like to be accepted and tolerated for my witchy side, too. The assumption that I want to come across as the perfect other-serving great cook, housekeeper, or home decorator. I am happy to let you impress me with your cooking skills, and I might impress you with the fact that I installed my own curtain rods. One's lack of curiosity about who I am beneath my appearance. Story 25. Being gentle when performing oral sex on a woman is important. Most women, though not all, really enjoy slow, gentle movements. Many women have very sensitive clitorises that can actually hurt when touched too hard. Story 26. I have a list prepared. Men who think foreplay is rubbing your clitoris super fast like he's a DJ scratching a record. Where's my hug? You should smile more. We don't want to hear you constantly talk badly about your ex. Are you still obsessed? No, I don't want a bunch of cheap gifts instead of you paying attention to my interests. Edit to add, no, I'm not playing hard to get. I literally want you to leave me alone. Story 27. Pretending to care for and respect women by opening car doors or seating them first at a restaurant, while at the same time asserting opinions onto women and needing to be right all the time, is not genuine respect. True care and respect for women is not about performing minute details that do not matter. I can open my own car door. Care and respect entails viewing women as intellectual equals, not emotional beings who are less capable. Story 28. The biggest issue is assuming a woman wants to be chased or is playing hard to get when she rejects him. This happens to me all the time. A male friend will confess his feelings, and I will respectfully decline. Instead of moving on, he usually pursues me even more aggressively. Rejecting someone respectfully requires maturity and is not an easy conversation to have. Yet, men often completely disregard this boundary. It is a blatant disregard for a woman saying she is not interested. Romantic comedies contribute to this behavior by promoting the false assumption that if you aggressively pursue a woman, you will eventually win her over. It is very frustrating. Story 29. Never giving any gentle affection. Always slapping my butt or having rough sex. Like, are you angry all the time? Story 30. Don't assume I want you to grab me around my throat or neck during sex. I had a few guys do this. Not choking but grabbing me around the front of my throat or neck. I immediately pushed them away. It's not hot or sexy, and it's a little scary. If you want to do it that badly, ask. If you get mad when I say no, you will be instantly written off. Story 31. When you are snuggling and they pull your hand down to their penis, or they just start secretly humping you. If you call them out on it, they become verbally abusive. I have always been uncomfortable with how often men try to make me notice their erection. It is not impressive or sexy. It is creepy and borderline assault. Story 32. Oh, I have one. I have had more than one guy try this with me. When I say I am not into something, typically something sexual, they try to convince me I just have not given it a real shot, or they can convince me to like it. Best of all, they try to do it anyway even though I have explicitly said no because they know better than I do. Story 33. Lingerie purchased by a man is often chosen because they think we will look good in it, similar to how it looks on the model. However, most women I know truly like only the sexy clothes they purchase themselves. Story 34. Some men are convinced all attractive women want to be approached, hit on, and seduced. No, we do not. Leave me alone. Story 35. When someone thinks being cold or emotionally distant is attractive. Babe, show me some softness, and I will melt. Story 36. Excessive amounts of muscle. Sure, some women are into it, but personally, it is a big turn-off for me. Story 37. Saying that I would look prettier without all that makeup is hurtful. I put time and effort into my makeup, and I like wearing it. I do not want your opinion. Story 38. Movie-style kissing is unpleasant. No, I do not want your tongue on my back teeth. Thank you. One person was so aggressive that I felt their upper and lower teeth on both sides of my cheeks. What is going on? Story 39. Treating dates like a job interview where they list achievements at us instead of having a normal two-way conversation. Story 40. Roses. Not all of us like flowers, and roses have a strong scent that is meant to attract bees from miles away. Public proposals. Please do not. Calling us beautiful or sexy as the only form of compliment. I like to be called smart, creative, calm in a crisis, and so on. Story 41. The problem, as I see it, is that women and men have too much information about how they should act and what they should like. I like the mystery of getting to know someone and how things work between us as we go, without all this men versus women stuff. We are all different. If I am going to join this, I will say that I don't like it when people have expectations of me being difficult based on their past relationships, or when they talk endlessly about how bad the ex was before me and lay down rules right from the start. Story 42. When they do that strange fly motion, licking their lips, biting them, then moving their hands like a fly, it is not attractive. It is unusual and predatory. Story 43. Turning every conversation sexual. Why on earth did me talking about my childhood remind you of sex? Or thinking that being nonchalant makes them cool? Drop the act. Who are you trying to impress? I understand that many men were socialized that way and that it can be difficult to unlearn. This specifically refers to the type of men who always treat their girlfriend as if they have an invisible group of fraternity brothers constantly judging them. Story 44. Bras? Many straight men I know think women love wearing bras and bra shopping. Most women I have known hate bras and sigh in relief after the first chance to take them off, complaining that bra shopping is awful. Story 45. Jackhammering. Degradation. Being loud and obnoxious. Stoicism. Nonchalance. Dark humor. Being overly precious about us because we are women. Incessant flexing of absurd muscle definition. Using sex as the only form of intimacy. Strange tongue flicking as a form of flirting. Story 46. Being told to smile. Someone told me, "You would be a whole lot prettier if you smiled," the week one of my parents died. I cannot remember which parent at this point because they died 6 weeks apart. It was a really bad time, and this person thought my only purpose for existing was to serve as a decoration in their world to brighten up their day, and that I needed to do a better job of it by smiling all the time like some kind of lunatic. Story 47. This thread ended up being really odd. Fellow men, if you have not figured it out, be yourself and be kind. Listen and support your partner or potential partner. I made a mistake. My partner had to clearly express her interest to me. I am unaware of some things. Story 48. As a short woman, it's you are cute when you are mad. I am upset. I am expressing pain. It should not be an endearing moment, but something you take seriously. Story 49. I think everyone hates it, but I've mostly seen my dad do it to my mom sporadically, doing chores they otherwise wouldn't as a gesture. You live here too. Doing chores isn't you being nice. It's you doing what you were meant to be doing the whole time, all the time. You did it all wrong. There used to be a system. Things belong to places. Now nobody knows where all the stuff is. Story 50. If you ask me to watch Netflix and relax, we should be binge-watching an 8-hour series while eating pizza and drinking soda. Story 51. Being purposefully and overly nonchalant, I understand being mysterious and not saying too much to give off a cool vibe, but the whole dramatic act is just a bit crazy to me. I would much rather have honesty and genuine interaction. Story 52. Kissing with mouth open wide, tongue moving. Nothing else. Kissing should be mostly lips and jaw movement. I'll see a dentist if I want tartar removed from my teeth. Story 53. So many men seem to enjoy telling me about their crazy ex-partners and how happy they are to be with someone like me now. This is a huge red flag, and I am automatically no longer interested. Story 54. Noisy cars and revving motorcycles think it makes them stand out, but it just makes them annoying and loud. Story 55. Ones that I think good guys who are really trying sometimes do, public proposals or displays of love. Know your partner, but this often comes across as self-aggrandizing and pressuring. Self-flagellating when he makes a mistake. Don't take the focus off her hurt so she has to attend to your feelings. A sincere apology is good, but don't make it about you. Telling her she doesn't need makeup because she is naturally beautiful or looks better with less makeup. Makeup is a creative hobby and a form of expression. It is for fun, but do tell her she looks beautiful both when she is and is not wearing makeup. Story 56. The situation where he sidles up behind you while your hands are occupied, usually in the kitchen, and slides his hands under your shirt to grab your breasts. I do not know what adult film featured this scene, but I strongly dislike it. Story 57. I had 3 men in my life tell me they wanted to give me a bath and wash my hair as if it were a romantic act, but nothing sounds less appealing to me. I hate baths, and I would rather wash my own hair. Story 58. Bragging about or frequently talking about your high number of sexual partners. What woman finds that attractive? I have never met one. So, you have had sex with 40 women. Cool? This does not make you more attractive to me. If anything, I am now wondering if you are a player, and I should leave. Story 59. It drives me crazy when a man who wants to compliment his girlfriend puts down other girls. You can say your woman is beautiful without calling her friends or classmates ugly. Story 60. Self-praises, like when a man talks about how much money he has or how good he is in bed. If you are so focused on how great you are, I know I cannot compete with your gigantic ego. Story 61. Building muscle in the gym with 8-pack abs and well-developed biceps. Revving the engine of motorcycles or cars. That sound gives the impression of insecurity. Story 62. Old school man, chivalry is dead. I want a real woman, whatever that means. I am 7 feet tall, good-looking, and I make 7 figures. Why can't I find a girlfriend? God above all else. A quality woman for a quality man. Story 63. Planning a date means creating a meaningful and thoughtful experience. Most of us appreciate the effort more than extravagant events. Story 64. When men use words like yummy or delicious to describe how we look, it is just plain creepy. I guess it is supposed to be a compliment, but it is such a turn-off. Men saying the word yummy in general is awful. It is an absolute deal-breaker. Story 65. This has happened 3 times with 3 different men. He says, I like it when you get angry with me. It means you care. Excuse me, sir. You have done something to irritate me. I am losing my care for you. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.